Hi there, name's Levi Jenkins, student numbers 17080541. This will be my online presentation talking about my final performance within my portfolio, talking about techniques I've learned throughout the year, concepts I've understood, and evaluating how I did. At the year, when starting off, we went to talk more about becoming a musician this year rather than just the vocal techniques used to perform a song. It was much more about how one presents themselves, stage presence, how to handle and use a mic, using that to create a personality. We also looked at bios, our tutors' bios and other bios, and how to form them, how you want to sell yourself as a musician, and how that will get you more work and make you more presentable and seem more professional. How to represent yourself in a way of positives. One thing I majorly struggled with was being able to say everything I wanted about myself in a selling point of view rather than a critical analysis point of view. It was more in saying her benefits and strengths are within theatre pieces and gospel styles with a very impressive range, and then going further on into detail about a backstory, which mine was growing up, and developing a human with a personality with great performance aspects. Originally mine was more just factual about the fact I was a soprano singer, and then it was very critical. I actually said about things I wasn't so good on in a bio, which shouldn't be placed within a bio. It just makes you not sellable, not professional, and you're trying to sell a product at the end of the day with a bio. We then went on to talk about many different styles. We went over all the genres last year. This year it was more instead of looking at styles, it was seeing what style suited your voice. So it was understanding the sort of genres that were best suited to you individually. Found out until this year I have done mostly more operatic styling, and that is actually not my strongest point. I have a powerful voice, but it's much more ballad representation. Some jazzy songs with a powerful voice really suited me, and I was told Disney princess songs really suited me for the clarity and the tone of my voice, the way I sing. I quite often add too much character, I add too much quirk, so I try to add vibrato or twang where it's unneeded. Plain voice suits my voice in a much better state, creates greater clarity and enriches the tone. I've also told I need to start opening my mouth a lot more because it's far too small the majority of the time. Creates a deeper and fuller sound in a lot of my songs. So this year has been a major style alteration for me. And then going from learning what style was suiting me, we had to come up with our final performance. We'd created our bio, come up with what sort of style suited us, and then it was learning certain techniques that he had told us, applying our warm-ups, and then going on to choose our performance pieces and how we would benefit from them. I originally started in class with performances from things such as chess, which I was told was good for me but not as good as it could be, and then I did some Rihanna, where I was told once again about my quirks and to make it plainer, sing straight, open-mouthed, sounded with a great amount of emotion, and portrayed what I was trying to say a lot clearer. That's when I covered Reflection, and that's where I was told that was more the sort of style they wanted me singing and the style that would suit me, and if one day I wanted to have make money for my voice, that's where I would need to go. That's why when coming to my performance, choosing my songs was the hardest thing I've had to do yet. I had no idea where I was as an artist and what sort of style I wanted to go into, as this was all very new to me. I then went through a lot of gospel, a lot of themes that I'd maybe wanted to go portray. I realised I liked emotional and songs of hope, because that's generally what I like singing about anyway. So I went kind of religious with the majority of my songs. One or two weren't, but then I came up with Calon Llan, but I was singing that to the Rose. I heard it once done by a choir and I loved it, so I went through that route and I tried to use a dynamic adaptation to create story, so I think that worked well. I did Amazing Grace. I was trying to show the power of my voice there and the ability to grow. I was also trying to show that my softer tone was pretty sounding and that I was able to control going from very powerful back to very quiet very quickly. I wanted to then, I did When the Party's Over, mostly as a song to highlight my range. I want to show I could do the very low notes and the very high notes and quite smoothly. I also like the idea in the song you could add twang, which I hadn't added on any of the other songs, and I was trying to show a variation of my voice. I then did do Reflection, which we had done in class, and I was told that as long as I went for it and I opened my throat and my mouth more and I put power behind the end notes, it was one of the best songs they had heard me sing. So I kept that in the set and felt very strong about that one. It's still unusual to hear myself in a belt, and I'm not used to it, so to me it doesn't sound as it should yet, and I'm not enjoying the sound as much as I want to, so it's hard to determine whether it sounds good to me, but I'm hoping that will come with time. And the minute I'm going with the majority rules of what everyone else can hear, because they can hear better than I can. I then did Stay by Rihanna, but keeping with the mind of less ad-libs, more straight-toned, more open voice, and try to portray emotion more than trying to embrace a pop style. I did Dream a Little Dream because I wanted a jazz song in there. I wanted to show a variation of style. I also like the idea it's very breathy and it's a way of trying to show a different character and trying to do. A lot of my songs were very sad or very emotional. I wanted to do something that was a bit more sexy and sassy. And then I did Somewhere Over the Rainbow, so I could go show a very sweet side, much more of a lullaby than any of my other pieces. So I have the dynamic change for all my pieces, the variety in tones, twangs, style, and I try to incorporate it all within a 30-minute set. We also did a group piece, which would Lean on Me, because we're stuck in COVID-19 and couldn't get together, and we've had to do this all online. I did a soprano part. I then tried to get into the online meeting for the solo send-outs, but however there was technical difficulties. I said I would be fine with this and I would just have to participate in all the backing. I did that, however on the day of sending through my video there was a technical fault, hence there is no visual image of me in the video, but there is my voice in the soprano section. And it was a lot of fun. It was good to do a group project to finish up the year. So all of the performances got recorded in the house. I had minimal amount of support from technology. I had to actually hook up YouTube to my TV to be able to, hook up the internet to get all my backing tracks to play through my TV because my laptop couldn't play them loud enough, and my laptop is breaking so it wouldn't record me, so I had to do all my recordings on my phone. Standing free on 2 chairs, using my TV as backing. Not the way I wanted to do a setup. I had no mic and things. There was some slight variation in the sound due to technical difficulties, which I wish I could have changed. But overall I was quite content with my performance. I do believe I haven't done enough training throughout the year and vocal development, because if I was training and by the end of 20 minutes my voice had started to fade and become more sore, and if I had had more training I'd have been able to probably power through and the last 1 or 2 songs would have sounded more full and not so breathy. Overall I'm happy with the performance, but more training was needed and I wish I would have been able to do it the way I wanted it. With a real pianist on stage with a slight reverb on a mic, I think would have had a way more emotional sound and would have brought the performance all in all together in a much better way. And I think hopefully when COVID-19's over I will actually try to do that at some point.